Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Azrul Zamani bin Azmi. My metric number is 1210717. I'm from group 26. Now I'm going to present about interest. Interest is the amount that has to be paid by the borrower to the lender because of the using of capital. Generally, there are two types of interest. First one is simple interest and the second one is compound interest. Simple interest. Simple interest is the interest that is calculated based on the principal. It means that only the principal earns interest. The amount of the simple interest due to at the end of the term depends on the principals, the length of the term and the rate of the interest. The simple interest is given by the formula I equal to P times R times T, which is stand for I equal to simple interest, P equal to principal, R equal to annual simple interest rates, and T equals to times in years. Okay, let's move on to the example of the simple interest. For the example 1, find the simple interest on 2,000 ringgit deposited in banks at 8% per annum for 2 years. And for the answer, using the formula I equal to P times R times T, the principal is 2,000 ringgit times the simple interest rate 8% times the years, which is 2 years, and we get the answer 320 ringgit. For the example 2, Aiman deposit 750 ringgit at 5% simple interest. How much interest that will Aiman earn after 2 years and 8 months? Same with the example earlier, just using the formula 750 ringgit, which is the principals, times the simple interest rate, which is 5% times years, 2 years and 8 months, or we can write it 2 per 3, and we get the answer 100 ringgit. Okay, we move on to the compound interest. Compound interest, if the interest due at the end of each payment period is added to the principal, so that the interest computed for the next payment period is based on this new amount of all principal plus interest, then the interest is said to have been compounded. Compounding the interest means earning interest on interest, so we call the result compound interest. Okay, we move on to the example of the compound interest. Assume that we have deposited 8,000 ringgit in a credit union, which pay interest of 8% per year compounded quarterly. Assume that we want to determine the amount of money we will have on deposit at the end of 1 year if all the interest is left in the saving account. At the end of the first quarter, interest is computed as I1, or the interest for the first quarter, equal to the principal, which is 8,000 ringgit, times 0.08, which is the interest rate, times 0.25, and we get the answer 160 ringgit. Note that n was defined as 0.25 to 5 years. With the interest left in the account, the principal on which interest is earned is in the second quarter is the original principal plus the 160 in interest earned during the first quarter, or we can write it as P2, which is the principal on the second quarter, equal to P1, principal is in the first quarter, plus I1, the interest in the first quarter, equal to 8,160. Interest earned, so the interest earned during the second quarter is I2 equal to 8,160 times 0.08 times 0.25 equal 163 ringgit and 20 cents. So we have calculate the interest for the second and for the first and second quarter. The table below summarizes the computation for all 4 quarters. Note that each quarter has accumulated principal plus interest to us the compound amount. Notice that the total interest earned during the 4th quarter equal to 659 ringgit 45 cents. So in this example, simple interest for the years will have been equal to simple interest I equal to the principal 8,000 plus times 8% times 1. So we get the answer 640 ringgit. So the difference between the compound interest and the simple interest is 6,059 ringgit 0.45 cents minus with 614 ringgit equal to 19 ringgit and 45 cents. So for the conclusion, we can conclude that the accumulated value for the compound interest is greater than the simple interest. Thank you.
My name is Aliff Bin Mawardi. My matric number is 1210710. I'm from KMB, and today I'm going to present about present value. Okay, so first, introduction for present value. Present value, also known as a discounted value, is a financial calculation to find the current value of a future sum of money or cash stream today at a specific rate of return. In simple terms, it compares the buying power of $1 in the future to the purchasing power of $1 today. Unspent money today could lose value in the future by an implied annual rate due to inflation of the rate of return if the money was invested. The money received in the future is not worth as much as an equal amount received today. So, second, calculating present value involves assuming that a rate of return could be earned on the funds over the period. And last, determining the appropriate discount rate is the key to properly valuing future cash flow, whether they be earning or debt obligation. Present value. It is a commonly used metric in stock valuation, bond pricing, and financial modeling. Okay, so for present value, there is two formula and calculation. For the simple formula, it is present value equals to future value divided by in bracket 1 plus r power by t. For the compounded formula, it is present value equals to future value divided by in bracket 1 plus r divided by n and power up by t multiples n. So the FV refer to future value, R is refer for rate of return, T is refer for number of period, while N is refer to number of time the amount is compounding. Example question for present value. Consider a scenario where you expect to earn an 5,000 ringgit lump sum payment in 6 years' time. If the discount rate is 5%, you want to know what the payment will be worth today, so you could calculate the present value. So first, we'll be use the simple formula for present value, which is present value equal to future value divided by in bracket 1 plus r power up by t. After that, we'll gather all the identify all the information stated in the question. So first, 5,000 ringgit, which is the future value, and then 5% discount rate, which is will be R, and last T, which is 6 years. So we can put all the information in the formula. So the sentence will be present value equal to 5,000, which is future value, divided by in bracket 1 plus 0.05 after turn it on decimal point, power up by 6, which is the period. So then 1 plus 0.05, it will be equal to 1.05 power up by 6, and 5,000 will be divided by it, and then we will get 3,731.07, which is the answer is RM 3,731 ringgit. Okay, for next question, Faris borrowed some amount from a bank at a rate of 7% per annum compounded annually. If he finished paying his loan by paying 7,500 at the end of 4 years, then what is the amount of loan that he had taken? So for this question, we will use the compounded present value formula. So we identify the information given. First, 7,500 ringgit is the future value. The 7%, it is stated it is a rate, and 4 years is the period, and for the n is 1 for the number of the amount compounding. So we put the information in the formula. So present value equals to 7,500 divided by in bracket 1 plus 0.07 divided by 1 power up by 4 times 1. So it will be 7,500 divided by 1.07 power up by 4, and then we will get 5,721.71, which is this value is the present value. So Faris need to the loan that Faris had taken is equal to 5,721 ringgit. Last but not least, why is present value important? Present value is important because it allows investors to judge whether or not the price they pay for an investment is appropriate. Present value calculation like this play a critical role in areas such as investment analysis, risk management, and financial planning.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I am Ahmad Fakhri bin Faris from Group 26, and I'm going to present about future value today. So let's start. What is future value? Future value is the value of an asset at a specific date. It measures the nominal future sum of money that a given sum of money is worth at a specified time in the future, assuming a certain interest rate, or more generally rate of return. It is the present value multiplied by the accumulation function. So consider the compound interest formula. A equals to P, open bracket 1 plus R per M, close bracket the power of M multiply T. So A is the accumulated amount, the P is the principal, the R is the interest rate, M is the compounding number of times in years, and the T is the time in years. So the principal P is often referred to as the present value, and the accumulated value A called the future value, since it is realized at a future date. So we need to say, if the question asks you to look for future value, it is the same as accumulated value. Accumulated value is equal to future value. So this is exactly the formula that we should use, right, to calculate the future value. So let's go to the question. So for the example question for future value, if you invest 3,000 today at an interest rate of 5.5% compounded monthly, how much money will you have in your account in 10 years? So the keyword is compounded monthly. So compounded monthly is DM is compounded monthly. Compounded monthly, the 1 year we have 12 months. So the M is 12. So the answer is, therefore the amount of money that we would have at the end of 10 years of 3,000 is invested at an interest rate of 5.5% compounded monthly is equal to A equals to 3,000. The principal is 3,000, the present value. So open bracket 1 plus 0.055. This is the interest rate, TR. So 5.5%, we should change to decimals, 0.055. So divide by 12. 12 is the compounded monthly, the compounded monthly DM. So close bracket, the power of 12 multiply 10. 10 is the T, the time in years. So we solve this equation to get the accumulated value, that is future value. So when we calculate the equation, we get A almost equal to 5,193 ringgit and 23 cents. So this is the answer. So that's it about future value. Thank you for lending me your ears. Hope you guys stay safe and stay healthy.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Hadi bin Azeman. My metric number is 1210821. Now we will discuss about annuity. So The meaning of annuity is a series of equal payments made at equal intervals of time. For example, shop rentals, annual dividend, insurance policy, installment payments. Equal payments are deposited or paid periodically over time. As we know, annuity has many parts, but today we will focus about ordinary annuity returns. What is ordinary annuity return? It is payments are made at the end of the payment period. It's also interest and payment period are of the same interval, and money invested every period is understood to mean money invested at the end of every period, which is unless specified. Next, future value is one of the ordinary annuity returns. The meaning of future value is sum of all future values of the periodic payments, which is future value measure how much a series of regular payments will be worth at some point in the future, given a specified interest rate. So, this is the formula. S equal R times open brackets 1 plus I power n minus 1 close bracket divided by I. This is the meaning. S is future value of annuity at the end of an interest period. R is periodic payments, and I is interest rate per interest period, which is percent. I equal K divided by N. N is term of invest, which is N equal N times T. Big I is interest amount, which is I equal S minus R times power N. So, this is example for future value. Haru invests Rm 300 every month in an account that pays 5% interest compounded monthly. Find the amount in the account after 72 months. So, firstly, we need to list down the important information. R is 300, K is 5 divided 100 equal to 0.05, M is 12, T is 72 divided 12 equal 6 here, I is K divided N equal 0.05 divided 12, N equal M times T equal 12 times 6 is 72. So, we write the formula. S equal R open bracket 1 plus I power of N minus 1 close bracket divided by I. So, we need to change the formula to the number 300 times open bracket 1 plus 0.05 divided 12 power 72 minus 1 close bracket divided by 0.05 divided by 12. That will be 300 times 0.349017744 divided by 0.05 divided 12. So the answer is S RM 25,129 and 28 cents. Present value is another part of an ordinary annuity's return. The meaning is sum of all values of the periodic payments, which is present value A, which is A. Calculation tells you how much money would be required now to produce a series of payments in the future given a specified interest rate. This is the formula. A equal R open bracket 1 minus open bracket 1 plus I power negative n close bracket divided by I. The meaning is A is present value of annuity at the end of an interest periods. R is periodic payments. I is interest rate per interest periodic percent, which is I equal K divided M. N is term of invest, which is N equal M times T. Big I is interest amount, which is I equal R times N minus A. This is example for present value. Jika make equals payment of RM 150 every month for 4 years at 12% interest compounded monthly. Find the amount of loan taken by Ichika. Firstly, we need to list down the important information. R is 150, T is 4, K is 12 divided 100 is 0.12, M is 12, I is 0.12 divided by 12 equal 0.01, N is M times T equal 12 times 4, which is 48. Write the formula. A equal R open bracket 1 minus open bracket 1 plus I power negative n close bracket divided by I. So we change the formula with the numbers. A equal 150 open bracket 1 minus open bracket 1 plus 0.01 power by negative 48 close bracket divided by 0.01. So we will get 150 times 0.379739.574 divided by 0.01. So the answer is RM 5,696 and 10 cents. Next.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nabil bin Rosmin. My metric number is 1210735. I'm from group 26. We'll present about amortization. What is amortization? It's reducing balances of a loan by paying off debt amount on a regular basis until the loan principal reduces to zero. For amortized loan, it is paid off in equal installment. Amortization schedule is a table that gives details of each payment made by the borrower, and it is widely used for home mortgage, auto loans, business loans, retirement plans, and so on. For the formula of amortization, we will use this formula, which A equal to P times R in bracket 1 plus R power of n divided by 1 plus R power of n minus 1. A defined as monthly payment or EMI, which known as equated monthly installment, or a set monthly payment provided by a borrower to a creditor. R defined as monthly interest rate, the interest rate that will be paid to the lender. P P defined as the principal of the payment, the amount which the borrower lent from the creditor, and defined as total number of payment or total periods of payment. Okay, for the example of amortization question, Azeman wants to borrow 10,000 ringgit to be repaid in 5 equal payments at the end of the next 5 years. The interest rate is paid to the lender is 9% on the outstanding portion of the loan. So what is the monthly payment of this loan? So the solution is A, which is the monthly payment that we will need to find. R, which is the interest rate that being given is 9% at 0.09. For the principal, the amount of Azman borrowed from the creditor is 10,000 ringgit, and which is 5 periods. So we will use this formula to find the monthly payment, which is A equal to 10,000 times 0.09 times in bracket 1 plus 0.09 power of 5 divided by 1 plus 0.09 power of 5 minus 1. So the answer that we will get for the monthly payment is 2,570,000.92457, or in Ringgit Malaysia, 2,570 ringgit 92 cents. Okay, so after calculating the monthly payment, we need to prepare the amortization schedule. So the amortization schedule will include the period, the loan payment, the beginning principal, interest payment, principal payment, and loan balance. So for the period is 5 equal payment, so equal to 5 periods. So I just write first period, second period, third period, fourth period, and fifth period. So for the loan payment, each period would include the monthly payment that we have computed earlier, which is 2,570.92457. So this is the constant monthly payment to be made for each period. So I will just copy this value until the last period. So the loan payment for each period will be the same. Okay, for the beginning principal, is the amount that Azman borrow from the lender, which is the total is 10,000. So for the interest payment, how to calculate the interest payment, which is for the first period, we will use the 10,000 times 9% or 0.09, so we will get 900. So the interest payment for the first period is 900. So the interest payment amount is already included in the amount of loan payment every month. So this just indicates that the 900 here in 2,570.92457 is given in the payment on the interest. But now, to figure how much of the payment must include in paying the principal amount, we just need to subtract the loan payment, which is 2,570.92457, minus 900, the interest payment. So we will get 1670.92457. So for the first period, the principal payment is 1670.92457. So to determine the loan balance, we just need to subtract the beginning principal, which is 10,000, minus 10,000 minus with principal payment, which is 1670.92457. So we will get 8,329.07543. So the loan balance that Azeman need to pay is 8,329.07543. So the loans balance, which is 8,329.07543, will bring forward to the second period 8,329.07543. So this is the amount that Azmi need to pay. So the interest payment for the second period is 8,329.07543 times by 0.09. We will get 749.61679. So the interest payment for the second period is 749.61679. So for the principal payment, 2,570.92457 minus by 749.61679, we will get 1,821.30778. So we will fill in the principal payment 1,821.30778. So for the loan balance for the second period is the 8,329.07543 minus 1,821.30778. So we will get 6,507.76765. So this is the remaining loan balance for Azman. So the loan balance from period 2, which is 6,507.76765, will bring forward to the third period. So for the interest payment for the third period is 6,507.76765 times 0.09. We will get 585.69909. So the interest payment is 585.69909. For the principal payment, 2,570.92457 minus 585.69909. So we will get 1,985.22548. So the principal payment for the third period is 1,985.22548. So for the loan balance the beginning principal, which is 6,507.76765 minus 1,985.2254 equal to 4,522.54217. So the remaining loan balance for the third period is 4,522.54217. So the loan balance from third period, which is 4,522.54217, will bring forward to the fourth period 4,522.54217. So the interest payment for the fourth period is 4,522.54217 times 0.09. We will get 407.02880. So the interest payment for the fourth period is 407.02880. So for the principal payment, 2,570.92457 minus with 407.02880. So we will get 2,163.89577. So the principal payment for the fourth period is 2,163.89577. So for the loan payment, 4,522.54217 minus with 2,163.89577. So we will get 2,358.6464. So the loan balance for the fourth payment is 2,358.6464. So the remaining loan balance, which is 2,358.6464, will bring forward to the last period 2,358.6464. So for the interest payment for the fifth period, which is 2,358.6464 times 0.09, we will get 212.27818. So the interest payment for the last period is 212.27818. So for the principal payment, 2,570.92457 minus with 212.27818, we will get 2,358.6464. So the principal payment is 2,358.6464. So the last one for the loan balance, we must make sure the loan balance is equal to 0. So the beginning principal, which is 2,358.6464 minus 2,358.6464, the principal payment, so equal to 0. So the last balance will become 0. So it shows that the payment that Azman made is equal to 0. So it means that Azman has already settled his debt to the lender or the creditor. Okay, that's all from me.